Bueno, ¿qué tal a todos? Bienvenidos una vez más a El Cuartel del Metal. Los saluda Federico. El día de hoy me acompaña Richie Cavalera para hablar del nuevo trabajo de INCITE. Hello, Richie, again. It's a pleasure having you here today. How are you?
Thank you, man. Honored, bro. Ready to talk some metal and, enjoy what we all do.
Absolutely. Well, we're here to discuss the release of Wake Up Dead. First of all, I wanted to kick off asking how's the build up to the release of the new album been so far? What are your expectations concerning this new album and first one with Atomic Fire as well?
Man, it's been bigger and crazier than I've ever had for any album before. And I think that speaks volumes to the album itself. You know, we've gone a long time, man, trying to reach this record and to get to this point where we feel like we're 100,000% insight, from the music to the imagery to the people in the band. And I think that's the feel that others are getting. So the metalheads are really starting to attract to it and open their eyes to a killer new band, man, that, literally here to kick some ass.
Yeah, well, I already got to listen to the album and it's killer, fantastic work. So congratulations on that from my end too. And I wanted to talk about a couple of the new songs in the album, mostly, of course, the brand new ones. Kicking things off,
Cool.
we got Fuck With Me, Wake Up Dead, relentless, like thrash welcoming to the record, I think. So how did you choose to go with this one as an opener for the album?
Man, it was like, that's always a tough thing, is finding that opening track. And for us, we wanted to just look at our influences, look at who made us the band we are, where did we come from? And Pantera came to mind with that song. It's very just in your face. It just has everything from Slayer atmosphere with the dive bombs pre-verses, and it was everything that we grew up on, with our style and our fresh dynamic added to it, and I think it's such a strong and meaningful opening song. It's basically just telling people that try to fuck with you and ruin your life or make things a hassle on you for no reason to just shove it up their ass, and let people know that you're unbreakable, and you're you, and fuck what others say or try to tell you, man.
Absolutely. Oh, what a great welcoming to a record, I think, and you can definitely hear all those influences, especially when the riff breaks at kind of in the middle part. So yeah, that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the album. And well, with the title of both that song and the record Wake Up Dead, maybe one's mind instantly goes to the classic song by Megadeth, but don't know how much your tune can relate to that one. I understand that this stuff here was a bit more inspired by current events, mostly pandemic ones. So what can you tell me about the lyrics and the inspiration for that part of the music this time?
Yeah, man. I mean, most of my previous records and lyrics and topics have been like things I see about other people or social events that are happening. And with this one, it was really just time to get personal in every way. I was going through a lot, divorce, financial hardship, fucking a pandemic, your entire career and life and everything you've built taken away overnight. And, I think there was no shortage of emotion to put in this record. And I wanted to dig deep for the first time and really have an album that was so relatable to others, to see that my life is awesome, but I experience the same hardships that anybody else goes through. I'm a regular ass person with regular ass problems, and this record just wanted to show everybody, hey, you're not alone. We're all battling dark days. We're all searching for that positive light, to come in and help us all. And I wanted this record to be that. And that's kind of what Wake Up Dead meant. It was just like, we're kind of waking up from this death we all just kind of went through, and a rebirth. And that's how the band feels. We've changed record labels. We have a new manager. Just everything, is just brand new. And I wanted this record to really highlight all of that.
Oh, nice, very interesting. And well, of course, you also got that stuff, but other stuff too, like War Soup, for example. Well, this songs find you singing along Max for the first time in record. You've toured with Soulfly and done stuff with him, but never sang on a record together. So how did this song come up, and what was his involvement like for you?
this was crazy because we, the album was done. It was ready to go. There was nothing else to do. And the pandemic kept going on. So we were in the process of delaying the release, and management was like, yo, let's do even more, while we have the time. And, they were just like, has Max ever done a song with you? And you're just kind of like, no, we just kind of always been rocking and doing things with him and whatnot. It just became a perfect time. The song, the atmosphere of the song, what it means, it fit Max so well as an artist as well, what he's been through. And the song it became something special. I think for all the songs and music Max has done, it's such a different performance for him, to sing my words and my structure. It created this accent that's so thick on him, and it fucking rules. And I think people, hearing him sing different words out of such a different realm, made it extremely special, man. I think the mosh pits on it are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great track, and great hearing him as well. His distinctive vocal tone. One cannot know that, Max, definitely. So,
Exactly.
well, we've discussed current events and COVID before, and well, kind of you've taken advantage of it. One could say with the track Dead Beat, astonishing groove on that one, and super punchy riff as well. But the video is quite portraying what I'm assuming most bands did during pandemic times. So I wanted to ask you, how did you find that work, also personal life and chill balance to be like during this era?
That's what was so hard about it. I think any musician kind of got in this routine of, you come home for a couple months, you leave for a couple months, and all that stopped. And we had to find ways to be home, for a year straight without, having these emotional releases of what like concerts gave us, so to try to direct that into new ways and to try to just open up, everything was so difficult, man. For the first couple months, it was like a party. It felt like, oh, this is the end of the world. Let's just fucking, let's enjoy every minute. And then it just kind of kept going and going. And then you're just like, fuck. And, and finally it was like, let's write some songs. Let's harness this moment, and show people what we went through. And I think that's what the video was so cool about, because I think so many people can relate to the items we had or the actions we had, and to all be in separate cities and states, and to record that on our own and send all the footage to some guy somewhere and have him put it all together. It was just like the rest of the pandemic, such a different experience, but you had to learn to evolve, and that's the beauty of art today, is this phone and this social media has given us such an outlet. You saw bands doing live streaming concerts and Twitch and all these other things that popped up. And, our moment was to create an album, that visualized this entire period.
Glad to hear, and well, to see that you could take advantage of well, technology and everything that one can do besides the music now. And well, last but not least, Mental Destruction. This is my favorite of the new songs you've done in this album. Kind of the beginning with the clean guitar, kind of Sepultura, Beneath the Remains vibe into the intro, and by far the groovier and chuggier riffs on the record, I think. Love the way you shout out the words Mental Destruction as well in the choruses. And you refer to this one as the most ambitious song that you ever wrote. So why would that be? Was it the most challenging one for you?
No, I think it's so different, but it's not so different in the sense of like, what it is metal at the end of the day. But for us to add, like the clean guitar, the length of the song, the cut down lyrics, it was something that was just so different for us. It was always a fast song, quick pace, don't fucking have nothing fuck up, just go for it. And this, having a guitar player like Eli, allowed us to open the window to see where we can take it. And I think it's such a good song to show where we're heading and not being afraid to try things. We've always been set in our ways of, hey, badass groove, heavy metal. But now it's like, man, we can do anything now with this, and we can build off of that. And I think when people hear the song and see the video, it's just gonna spark a lot of shit. And I'm beyond thrilled with that song. It's my favorite as well on the record.
I'm glad to hear there's a video coming of that one as well.
Oh man, it's mind blowing too. It's
Nice.
so cool.
Awesome.
So
well,
cool.
Looking forward to that one, definitely. So having discussed the songs, I would like to have a more general picture of the overall recording process. You worked again with Stevie Evans. How did you pull this one off with him, and how was it like the overall recording process of the album?
Man, you know, we were lucky during the writing process because you know, with COVID, you couldn't get together. But for us, we had written our last couple albums through the internet, basically, you know, sending tracks to each other. So that part was extremely easy. Now, coming together in a studio at the height of the pandemic was a whole nother story. You know, we had to be put into a bubble. You know, you're wearing masks while you're doing your performances in the studio. It was such a surreal moment in time. But you know, having Steve Evans, who we had worked with, made everything very comfortable to where we didn't have to try too much. We didn't have to go outside the box. We just knew that if we came together and do what we did, we would have something incredible. And, you know, he's just an amazing talent for what he does. And we found a consistency with him, and there's no, you know, going to try something with some producer that might ruin our band, you know.
Right.
And he pushes us in the right direction while still knowing at the core who we are and what we should be. And you know, another fun process. And I believe we'll probably keep him as our producer for the rest of this band's career, man. Like, honestly.
Yeah, definitely can see some evolution in the, well, both in the songwriting and some, as you said, more ambition in the global, maybe not formulas, but what you're doing. For example, Mental Destruction being one of the tracks aforementioned. Sorry. And well, one other thing I wanted to talk about was your vocals. I think they've been evolving a lot through the years as well. I think now you're screaming better than ever. So how have you personally seen yourself evolve as a singer?
I'm on the same page with you, man. I listened to my like first and second record, and I'm just cringing at that was me sounding that bad, you know. But you know, you're a kid, and you know, I wasn't one to go in and try lessons or none of that. I just went for it, man, and just screamed. And you know, as you say, the more you do it, the more you learn, the more you become comfortable with yourself. And I think with this record too, I was able to, you know, with the downtime, I went and worked with Melissa Cross, who's worked with Randy Blythe and Corey Taylor and all these, you know, the top-notch people. And she just showed me little things that changed so much, that were so simple to, like, man, I wish I would have did that years ago, you know. And, you know, kind of just wanted to be better at what I do. You know, I think with music, and especially, you're never understanding, and you never have it all together. You know, music's always evolving. You can always learn, you can always get better. And you know, that was something I took as a personal challenge to have on this album, to just sound like I've always wanted to, you know. And as you said, yeah, I'm so proud with the vocal performance. It's the first time that there's really a dynamic to the vocals. It's not just kind of the same sound throughout the whole thing. I think each song has its own feel, and the emotion comes out so much more than previous records.
Awesome. Glad to hear, and congratulations as well on that improvement. You can really tell. So it's awesome.
Good to hear people notice it, man. It's good to hear you notice. Thank you.
Absolutely. And well, you've done quite a couple of interesting collaborations with other musicians in INCITE Music, and one of them was with Chris Barnes in the song "Poisoned by Power." Now, I don't know if you're familiar with recent statements of his, but he basically shit the current death metal scene, including Cannibal Corpse. So two questions for you. Was it easy working with him, and how do you feel about these controversies he sometimes gets involved in?
You know, it's crazy for me because, you know, we toured with him 2 different times, and I had nothing but beautiful experiences with him. You know, he took amazing care of the band. You know, when we were out of weed, man, he would make sure we had weed to smoke that night, or, you know, bring me on the bus and just have deep conversations about music and life. And, you know, I appreciated everything about who he was. And I think, you know, some people misunderstand it. You know, artists are eccentric people, and we all have our different things that spark us off or change our minds or whatever. But, you know, I think, you know, what he was trying to say wasn't, you know, hey, everything sucks and there's not new good bands. He's just saying he sucks about the mainstreamness of it, the commercialization of it. You know, that's where I think he was just really coming off with. And you know, you can agree with some of that. You know, I think, you know, metal was always that music that was underground, different, not corporate. And now today it feels extremely corporate and extreme. You know, when you have bands that have been in the scene and controlled it for 30 years, you know, and not let new ideas form or new bands create new things, it feels that way, you know, like to bands like us who are dying to go tour with big bands and get a good shot to break, you know, you just can't unless you're on the same agent as that band or the same label as that band. There's so much political bullshit that's become a part of heavy music that was never intended to be it. You know, we were the people against that shit, you know, and like I say, I see a lot of what he says, you know, for sure.
Yeah, well, definitely there was a lot of maybe exaggeration of what took place with the statements, but yeah, well, the song you guys did together is great. I listened to it and mostly a lot of time. So yeah, just wanted to know your thoughts on that one.
Yeah,
so
and
kind of
I love it. I love it.
awesome. So kind of to start rounding up the interview, Richie, I wanted to ask you, after the release of this album, what will be the plans for Incite? Any maybe touring plans coming up soon? Still working on stuff?
Yeah, man, we're just trying to confirm things. You know, I think a lot of, again, you know, going back to the political politics of music, you know, the big bands and the powerful bands are the ones that are going to go out first and, you know, take every club and every venue and, you know, put together these packages with just nothing but huge bands, you know. So we're going to sit back and, you know, wait for our time. And when it's our time, we're going to fucking destroy everybody, man, because it's time. You know, we've sat around watching bullshit for too long, and we're here to, you know, bring back what metal was about, man. Fun, camaraderie, you know, being together with the metalheads and being at the merch booth right when you're fucking done to the end of the night. You know, not having to pay $200 to say hi to some fucking artists. You know, it's not what metal is, man. And we're here to bring back that connectiveness of it. You know, we're not Britney Spears, we're not pop, we're not fucking this shit. We're grimy ass metalheads that come from the bottom, and we can't ever forget that.
And which one of these new songs are you the most eager to play live?
War Soup. I think that is going to be one of the most insane pit songs. You know, I think you hear the influence of someone like Cannibal Corpse in that song, and you know, I think yeah, man, fuck, that shit is gonna cause some shit, man. I hope to see it at a festival soon.
Nice. Well, let's hope that any time, maybe, I don't know, this year, but next one, or whenever you can come around here to Latin America. It would be great to
Oh man, we're
music
so due
around
to
here.
get back there. I mean, it's been about 7 years since we
Yeah.
played down there, so that is high up on our list. There's no doubt about it.
Awesome.
No doubt.
Let's hope to see you around here rather sooner than later. And well, Rich, again, I wanted to thank you very much for taking the time today to chat a bit with me about the upcoming record. And well, any final words you'd like to give to those South American fans you got around here?
Hell yeah. Stay safe, keep kicking ass, and, you know, just believe positive things are coming. We're all going to be back doing what we love and enjoying what we love again real soon. Metalheads, big horns.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot for your time. It's been a pleasure.